Hello, everyone's greetings, shalom. I hope everybody had a great Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Um, Kwanzaa is a made-up holiday. Changed my mind, proved me wrong. The Facebook is loaded with posts. Hey guys, new to the crawler hobby. Just got a crawler for Christmas. 1/18 and 24 scales. I'm not going to cover 1/10 scales here, but pretty much the same applies to that. The main question is, what are my first upgrades I need to do? As far as need goes, 99.9% of all these, along with my trx4m's that are up above me and my other Red Cat Ascent 18, all you really need, your first step should be, let's get the lid off of this one, relocate your electronics. Get them to the center and as low as you can. I've chose to put my battery up here, but you can also mount it down here on the side. Get your ESC here on the other side if you have skids that you can run on. Otherwise, like I said, I've just thrown mine up here and I'm rolling with it. This is a nice small 2S battery. These bead locks are Trio bead locks. I did not buy them. They came with the car. I have lead strips on the insides on your bead lock rings, which on Amazon you can get 10 rolls of these. On Amazon there is what it's called, let's see if it'll focus. So they're fishing lead, 0.6 millimeters thickness. So they are very thin, they're very soft. You have to run your bead locks 1 or 2 times depending on where they're going. I go 2 laps on the fronts, and then if you're really light in the ass end, I will do 1 wrap on the back. And you get that done and you have a performer. However, if you do that to an scx24, if you have an scx24, good luck, because you're going to spend some money to get this thing to perform well. It's just not going to unless you redo almost everything. It comes with some decent shocks nowadays, but the base camp that just came out, it is all Gen 1 crap. Electronics, shocks, tires, everything on it is crap. It's just a body. That's all Axial does anymore, is put out new bodies. They haven't done anything innovative to advance the hobby in years now. They designed the first 24 scale stuff and came out with it. Was fantastic, but nowadays for what this costs, you can buy that, you can buy that, you can buy that, you can buy that, or a trx4m, which will all outperform this stock out of the box. There's no need to buy an scx24 anymore. There's no more advancement to what they're doing. fcx24m, 2-speed transmission, counter-rotating drive shaft. You don't get the body roll. This doesn't have it anyway. I'm just talking compared to like Traxxas, or even my Red Cat Ascent. The worm gears in this eliminate, torque twist, so you don't really get it. But by the time you buy this and some bead locks and tires, it's still cheaper than what this is. They have advanced. It's 2-speed transmission, full-scale detailed license body. You can't go wrong. This is not an Axial. This is an fcx24 that I've recently purchased off eBay. Again, will outperform the scx24 out of the box. But we're not comparing apples and oranges here. We're talking about first upgrades. The guy I got this from, this was barely even driven when I got it. But the guy did do so Trio steering links, there's Trio brass on the outside, and that was it. When I got it, I drove it 3 or 4 times. I did have to fill the shocks with oil. That was still the springy unoiled shocks. And also sorry, he did put the Batrazi rims and tires on. The tires are okay, but the main upgrade on this one you need to do is the diffs. They're plastic, and so I did with the underdrive overdrives, which I do on all of mine where it is available. They're not available for the fcx24m's yet. but every RC I have has the overdrive underdrive minus. No, even my Traxxas have them. Okay, so everything I have minus the fcx24m's has overdrive underdrive. I do suggest that upgrade, but you don't need it to function and go out and have a really, really good time without your car flipping over every 5 seconds. Again, the main thing you can do, weight distribution all day long, is going to be your number one thing to do, and odds are almost every time it's going to be free up to a point. Still has a stock servo, still stock servo, still stock servo. This one's been replaced because my ESC burnt up my servo. Every other RC I have still has a stock servo in it, minus this one as well, because this one is junk. I still have it floating around here someplace. Back over here in my little scrap pile. It's still brand new. It's never been fired up. I did glue it when I pulled it off, but I told myself I'm not even going to throw it on because I know it's going to fail soon. If you did get a SCX24 and you have the original servo on, you have to watch adding weight to this. Mainly, well, the two main reasons is the motor can't pull that much weight because it is a very, very weak motor. The servo was going to struggle and burn out prematurely trying to throw around weighted wheels and tires. So those are the two big upgrades you need to do. And money-wise, to try and keep it on as cheap as possible, get the Endura. They have the motor and transmission you can buy together. And then Endura has a nice servo. I got this. This one was the cheapest. Was $8.99 on Amazon for the Emax, and it works just fine for me. And but yeah, those are going to be your main two upgrades you want to do. And then this again, the Endura ESC radio link radio, and this will do okay now. It will do pretty decent. I can't complain now that I've thrown a whole bunch of money at it. But out of the box performance, the servo, the ESC have to go. You might be able to trug along with the stock tires for a little bit, but there's really nothing you can do with them to make them perform better. What you get is what you get. Here they are. They're glued, so you can't do anything with them. There's no foams inside, and they just suck. They absolutely just suck. Now, if these were bead locked, you can get them out of there. You can add some foam to them and put the lead inside. It might help you a little bit. If you're creative and have some acetone, knock yourself out, you could do that. But it's not worth the trouble when there's better options out there for wheels and tires. $40, you're golden. So let's look at the price tag on that. This is, I think, currently $149 on Amazon. Another $40. So you're like, let's just say $200 right out the gate. That can be purchased instead. That can be purchased instead. This can be purchased instead. And this can be purchased instead. And all out of the box are going to outperform your SCX24. I don't want to shit all over your brand new SCX24 a whole lot, but those are just the facts. They can be good if you have deeper pockets and you're willing to spend. I mean, if you could budget, $25, $50 a month to throw into this slowly, incrementally, your first upgrades need to be your servo. No, we'll just say your tires, your servo, and then your motor. I would go that route if I were you. And we'll move on to another. This one, the only upgrades you really need to do are wheels and tires. The wheels and tires that come with it are good. They do perform, but they are tiny. They are, I think, those are 0.9. These are 0.8. So they're not even a 1-inch bead lock. Now, the tires that come on them stock, these are not stock. The stock tires that come on them are decent, but you have no ground clearance. These are the ones off the Range Rover here. So mounting these on, you can see the massive difference in the size. These are sticky tires for the most part. There's foams inside, but they are not glued on, so they will slip off a little bit here and there. A little shoe goo on the inside of the rim, and then mount the tire on it, and you'll still be able to take your tire off, so it's not a huge ordeal. But with these on here, I mean, this thing sits low to the ground, So you're gonna diff out quite often. That's the main reason I went with some taller tires. These are the 62 millimeters, if I remember correctly. Those are the 62 millimeters as well. And I really enjoy the performance they bring to it. That's all those trucks really need. Again, I say that, but again, lead treatment on these, lead treatment here, and lead treatment here. These have the Treel on them, or the Treel brass, so I didn't add weight here. But that is the main upgrade I can suggest for these. Heavy beadlock wheels. The weight distribution on this, the only thing you can do is relocate your battery to the middle instead of in the back. But that's about it. So you can take the interior out. You're going to get some gains there performance-wise. But if you want to stick with scale and make it look good, these are DJ Crawler beadlocks here. Some classic Steelies. That's all I really wanted to go with on this. I didn't want anything flashy. I like the wagon wheels here in the back there. I just wanted to keep them, you know, just stock, or not necessarily stock, but classic look. Nothing flashy, nothing brand new. So that's what we went with there. And yeah, I guess that's about it. You know, the Red Cat Ascent 18 is quite a performer. Hopefully you guys got one of these, or that Traxxas knockoff up there, the Ghoul RC 1/18 scale. Probably the best RC in my stable. I mean, honestly, that thing, it's fantastic. I like it so much I bought two. So, but yeah, that's my 2 cents. Go with weight distribution all day. Start, relocating your electronics. Get them spread out down low and to the sides if you can. If you can't, get some brass. It doesn't even have to be brass. These are just steel, but these are heavy beadlock wheels. The tires are good. So go wheels and tires. Get some of that lead. You can't go wrong. A little bottle of shoe goo or some E600. Maybe not the E600. It doesn't come off as well. So you can't just peel it off and get it back to factory. This stuff's really good. Gorilla Glue Clear Grip contact adhesive. Really, really good. It doesn't dry as fast as the shoe goo, but it works just as well. It can be removed. So if you get it on something you don't want it on there, you just kind of rub it off a little bit. It comes right off. If you want to take your lead off, it peels right off with the lead, but it also holds it on there nice. So those are your main things I would suggest doing. Don't go spending lots and lots of money at it, because odds are you don't need to unless you're trying to get into some competition group every weekend, which I'm going to guess at least 90% of people in the hobby are like me. They just want to get out and have fun, enjoy what they're doing, and maybe show up your friends on some stuff. I would start showing them up by just get your weight distribution first, get your weight down low, and go from there. If you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to hit me up. If you got a comment, throw it in there. Like, subscribe. Your mom already has, but honestly, I hope you guys had a great Christmas. I hope you all have a nice, safe, happy New Year. Shalom, and we will see you soon.